Hey everybody, welcome back. Ethan with Hey Buck Outdoors here today. We're going to be looking at another shotgun. Been on a shotgun kick lately. This is my first shotgun that I ever bought with my own money. This is the Stevens 320. It's an amazing budget-minded, or a budget shotgun for the budget-minded shopper, I should say. It goes for around 200 bucks, 250. When I picked it up for like 189 3 or 4 years ago. So definitely a nice little shooter. I have put about 500, 600 shells through this. I'm gonna run a little bit today and go over some of the specs. Let's take a few shots. Okie dokie, artichokes. So I've got it loaded up. The capacity on this guy is 5 in the tube, 1 in the pipe, just like most full-length sporting shotguns. So let's take a few shots. Might help if I put one in the chamber. Woo, very nice. So a little bit about this shotgun for all my keyboard warriors is clear. Put it on safe. So Stevens has a parent company of Savage Arms. Savage makes excellent firearms. I've owned several of their guns. They're great guns. Stevens is like, I would say they're more hunting-minded brand, more budget-minded too in some aspects. So about this shotgun, it has a full-length 28-inch barrel. It did ship with, I believe it's an IC choke in there. It might be a mod, but it did not come with any other chokes. You do have a full 5-shot tube. It did come with a plug for those of you who hunt. Has a sling swivel here at the front as well as one in the rear. Basic steel and polymer construction. So you got steel on the receiver and the barrel, then the stock is polymer. It is a little flimsy, not flimsy, but it feels cheap. Definitely I wish they would do what Howa does and fill their rifles or their shotguns so it's not hollow. I'm not a big fan of the hollow stocks. You do have a decent, I would say a pretty good recoil pad here on the end. Definitely good stuff. Overall, it's a no frills shotgun. You're not drilled and tapped, so you got to use iron sights like a normal human being. Vent rib on the top, and just a sweet little rig. I mean, for a first shotgun, or for buying a shotgun for your son or daughter, they do come in 20 gauge too, I believe. And Stevens also makes the little shorty barrels, 18.5, so you can use a rig like this for home defense, because 5+1, that's more than enough for you to do what you need to do. Let's take a few more shots. So one of my small game loads that I love is the Federal Heavy Field 8-shot, or I prefer 6-shot, but you know, that's not always the easiest to find. 8-shot and 7.5s are a lot more common. Load up 5. That's actually a number 4 I just put in there. There goes my shoulder. All right, put one in the pipe and let's take a look. I'm just shooting at some basic steel downrange. It's a 6-inch gong sitting at about 25 yards from where we're sitting. So just patterning it on that. If it's putting most of it, shooting a little high into the left, but that's probably my poor shooting. Here we go. Fix my glasses. Woo-hoo. Man, look at that. Nothing better. So, like I said, the retail price on this guy is going to be between $189 and $250. Where you find them from Savage's website, I believe they're going for about $279. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but that is the suggested MSRP. Typically, you're going to pay way less than that. And heck, if you find one of these used, you might be able to pick it up for like 100, 125 bucks. I know I was lucky. I picked this up early 2020 for, I think, 189 bucks, like I said. The one thing I will mention is the grip up here. I'm not the biggest fan. It is very slick. You know, you've got this entire end. I typically like to hold my stuff a little bit forward, as you guys have seen, and you don't really have that much texture on here, like say with a Mossberg 500 or some of the other shotguns, but it's doable. You could obviously take a heat gun or some skateboard tape and fix that if you want, if you're gonna run it as a home defense gun, but as a sporting shotgun, no complaints there. I think we're gonna throw a little bit of buckshot at that target down there, so stay tuned. We're going to shoot my favorite home defense load. This is Federal full power buckshot. This is Number 4. The reason I like this is it's got the maximum amount of buckshot you can fit in a number 4s, which is typically what I feel comfortable with using in a home defense scenario. So as you can see there, we're looking at 1,325 feet per second. Not bad. The great thing about number 4, so why birdshot isn't as good for home defense, or good for home defense in general, don't use birdshot, is because all the pellets. So with double-aught buck, you're getting from like 9 to 12 pellets up to number 4, which is this has 27 pellets. So you're getting quote-unquote less energy for each one of those BBs or each one of those projectiles, but it's still going to put a wallop on whoever comes to the door, and it's going to be extremely lethal. The great thing though is if God forbid you miss your target, this is only going to go through between 3 and 5 layers of drywall. So God forbid you miss, you don't have to be as worried about over penetration, but you do need to be conscious of that. Your house is your chessboard. Set it up the way you want. There should be no excuse for poor marksmanship. I mean, obviously when the adrenaline's pumping, you can't control everything, but you need to train with this stuff. So gonna put one in the pipe, see how we do. I'm so used to shooting Mossbergs, I forget about the Remington style safety down here at the bottom. So safety is down here by the trigger guard. Red means dead. You're good to go. Man, that packs a punch. Fix my glasses. At 25 to 30 yards, I was keeping about, I'd say 20 of those 27 pellets on target. Definitely you are going to get some spread at that distance. Now typically with a home defense shotgun, you're going to have a 18.5 or a 20-inch barrel. But with that 28-inch barrel, man, definitely puts a wallop down there. So if you want to use this for, say, coyote hunting, check your local regs and all that. But, you know, that'd be more than enough to take out a coyote-sized target. Sweet. What are my honest thoughts about this shotgun? So I am a little biased. I'm going as honest about this as I can. This is my first shotgun. Like I've said, I've only ran about between 500 and 700 shells through this thing. Definitely not a lot. It's more of a utility shotgun for my needs. I will say one of the biggest cons for me is the plastic furniture, the polymer furniture. Don't get on my butt in the comments about that, but it's just, the pump feels decent quality, but that stock, I just can't get over that hollow stock. Now, when I was 18 and I bought this, I needed a weapon to defend my family. I felt more than adequately armed. Definitely a great little thing. The trigger's not bad. I mean, it's a get or done shotgun. It'd be a great little gun to throw in the truck, not have to worry about. But for $190, $200, whatever they're going for nowadays, you cannot beat that with a stick. I'd say if you have an option between this and like a used Mossberg 500 for the price, I'd probably go with the Mossberg. But if this is what you can afford, do not shy away from it. Don't buy into the, oh, you need a $1,000 shotgun. This was my home defense shotgun for years before I was able to afford an AR-15. So definitely, there's nothing wrong with a good old 12-gauge shotgun. Now, I would recommend if you can afford it, got an 18.5-inch barrel, makes it a little bit more maneuverable in the home, you know? So, good stuff there. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please do me a huge favor, like I said, and subscribe, like, share, comment. See you guys on the next video.